So hey, how's it going?
It's going well. I just got back from New York last week, and now I'm going back to New York this
How are
week.
your arms? Are they tired?
Why would my arms?
Because
Oh,
you flew in from New York.
well, I didn't say I flew, so your joke didn't really.
So
Let's start over.
let's not.
Take two.
So how's it going?
Good. I just flew in from
how
New
you're-
York.
Yeah, how was New York?
No, that was so you could, because I said flew.
Okay, hold on, one more time.
I just flew in from New York.
My wife.
All right. Take four.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
No, let's move on.
Yeah, okay. So, my wife, how you doing? So,
Good.
how was New York though?
New York was good. I was there for work. I was very stressed out for work, but then I got into it and then I was fine. And then I had fun exploring New York.
Yeah, I haven't been to New York in too long. I think the last time I went to New York was when I went with you, which was
Yeah, that was a
2017.
little while ago.
Yeah, that was 2017. Wow,
Wow, that was a while ago.
what the fuck? Time
Damn.
passing? That's fucked up if you ask me.
Yeah, I think I think everything should happen at the same.
At the there should just be a singularity of all events.
Yeah.
It's a radical take, but it's one that I'm in full unabashed support of.
Yes. I think that's my sign my change.org petition to eradicate time.
The way you said it made it sound like Sign My Change was the website. Like
Mhm.
signmychange.org.
Yeah,
It's-
signmychange.org.
It's the project where I go and I just like go around the country putting pen to quarter.
Yep.
Wait, putting pen to penny. There we go.
There we go.
That's
At
a
least
slogan.
half of a joke now.
It's not really. It was supposed to be more of a slogan, but like, okay.
A slogan can be a joke.
Yeah, that one is. That one is like that's like, but like a slogan can be a joke, but like never a very funny one. I think that's what that one was.
Yeah, I think that works. That tracks.
Yeah. Thank you. I've been doing really well. Daylight savings time has me fucked up, but like that aside, I've been
It be like that sometimes.
I've been very happy ever since I came out at work. Like I haven't had a really bad mental health day since I did that, and it's been like 3 weeks,
That's wonderful.
which is a really long time for me to not have any really bad mental health days.
Yeah.
So I mean, jury's still out if I'm just on a hot streak right now, but like it's good.
Yes, that is good. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you're feeling good lately.
How are your arms though?
I'm Kit, by the way. I don't think I introduced myself.
we haven't gotten to the actual show yet.
That's fair.
This is still the pre-credit roll.
I just want people to know who's talking.
Look who's talking 3. It's Kit. First they had a baby talk, then they had a dog talk, now they have a Kit talk. And like that's the thing, but like it just like turns out it's a person named Kit, and she says hello. And there's
Yep.
something really like weird about it. Like it's not like a cat that talks, even though you are a cat that talks.
I am a talking cat. A talking
Yeah.
cat?
A talking cat?
That's
Oh man,
me.
look who's talking 4. Starring John Heater.
Mhm.
Da 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 da.
Let's get into the podcast.
Yeah, let's get
now.
into the. Welcome to Fear Baiting, everyone. It's your number one on the nose movie title podcast.
Yes.
You get what you're paid for when you come to fear baiting.
Yep.
No muffs, no buffs, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah. Can I introduce myself now?
Oh yeah, I'm Sara.
And I'm Kit.
Kit's back. Kit's
I'm
on
back.
mic. Kit is repeatedly solidifying her presence as the most guested host on this show.
Yeah.
I think.
I think it's my show at this point.
It's you, and then I think Blair is the second most frequent,
Mm-hmm.
and then Seda, and then me.
Well, I think you might be the most frequent guest.
You do have a point, actually. But can one be their own guest? What is the sound of one hand hosting?
You know, I think it's silence. I think you're always your own host in life.
Damn, that really makes you think. I should be nicer to myself then.
Yes, you should. We should all be nicer to ourselves because we are our own hosts.
Yeah. You want to talk about some upcoming horror movies?
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's
Us
a big
comes
one
out.
that I know.
Yeah, Us is the one that I care about.
Yes.
But there is a Slender Man movie coming to VOD. At least
so,
at least I'm assuming it's a Slender Man thing because here I'm gonna show you a picture of the cover.
Yeah, send that over.
Yeah, because it looks just like the Slender Man, but like it also looks distinct enough from Slender Man that it could be like maybe you could make an argument that this is not Slender Man.
Yeah, because I'm like, wasn't there already a Slender Man?
There have been many Slender Man movies.
Many? I thought there was
Yeah.
only the one.
No, I mean there's been at least two. One, and then also the Bye Bye Man is basically Slender Man the movie.
That's true.
There's a movie coming out called Black Site, and the tagline for it is "Deport all gods." So that's good.
I mean, it's something. I don't know if it's good.
Yeah, it's oof. But yeah, Us is coming out in less than a week. By the time you're hearing this, a little bit over a week because this is an early one this week. We're recording like
Thursday.
Thursday. That's what today is.
All right. So this week we watched Ghost Ship,
We did watch Ghost Ship.
and it was pretty good. With like 5 question marks, depending on your definition of good, with like 6 question marks.
Yeah, I'm just feeling entirely about
We
it
did
all.
a lot of like rewinding specific
Yeah, just to
scenes,
see it over and over again.
which I think it should go to its credit. Maybe I think if we wanted to rewatch that much of the movie, even if it was to laugh at it,
yeah.
there's some benefit there.
I think this is a very good movie to get drunk and watch.
Yes.
But like the thing is that there was just like I say that, but also there was like a 20-minute stretch where nothing happens, like not even anything funny, just like nothing in this movie happens.
Yeah, like most of the movie is just kind of waiting for something to happen, but then when something happens, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So we open with the only good scene in this movie, I would argue, the only like critically good scene in this movie.
Yeah,
like the only scene in this movie that I would call like genuinely good.
Yeah, which is the intro where
Yeah, it like plays like it's like I've never seen Love Boat, but if you asked me what the Love Boat was, I'd say this is the Love Boat.
yeah, same sentiment here.
Yeah, and like it's just like the font and everything is like cursive and
Yeah, in pink.
yeah, and pink, and it's like the music is like there's like some sexy Italian woman singing.
Yeah.
And I mentioned her specifically because she does come up later.
She does.
I'm
She's
not just,
actually
like-
a quite important part of the plot.
Yeah.
And the fact that she is sexy is also important to the plot.
Yep. It is.
The fact that she's got nice titties is important to the plot.
The thing is that like they did in the camera work, they did so much focus on her ass, but then for Greer to comment on her titties was weird.
Yeah. Anyway, so in the beginning of this movie, there is I think it takes place in like 1962. It said.
Yes, 1962. Yep.
Yeah, there's a boat and there's a party. A bunch of people are dancing on like the center, and there's the sexy Italian woman with a red dress singing, and it plays out kind of like it's gonna be like a kind of romantic movie.
Yeah.
But then sinister music starts playing and something's going wrong, and a big
and a hooded figure pulls a lever, and all of like the fucking the wire cord, the wire spool like tightens, and then all of a sudden it snaps and just like right across like the fucking middle of the dance floor, it just eviscerating everyone in half, and it's
a really good scene.
It is. It really is. It's a little bit goofy, but like
it's very goofy.
It is, but like I really did appreciate the prosthetic work that was going on here.
Yeah.
Like this was not computer generated like the rest of the movie was.
Yeah, they did.
It was just like
there was a lot of love put into this scene. This scene on its own almost feels like it was like a short film, and then they wanted to make it into a movie. Yeah, but like people are getting cut in half, like by their torsos and by their necks and all different parts, and there's a lot of really good prosthetics showing them falling apart. And there's like a good like 10-15 second long scene of all the people just like standing still.
Yeah, like, it's really good.
Yeah, like kind of half in shock, half they're dead. And then they start like falling apart.
It's like the human equivalent of like pulling a tablecloth out from under a bunch of dishes.
Yes, exactly. The one thing we forgot to mention is that there's a little girl
named Katie, and she has like a little like, what would you call her toy?
It's like a twisty puzzle with words on it.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of black and white blocks with numbers and letters on them that you can twist around, and I think the goal is probably to form a certain sentence, and that becomes a motif later in the movie. It goes back a couple times, but it's just the thing that she's playing with.
Yeah, and she makes it spell "I am so bored."
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's fun.
But she survives because she's too short.
Yeah. She holds on to like one of the captains or whatever.
Yeah, the captain, yeah.
And then she like looks up after the wire is done doing its job, and his head is cut like by the mouth, and the top of his head falls off in a very obvious CG effect that is very funny to look at.
It's very good.
Yeah. And then she screams, and I'm pretty sure it just zooms out from the boat then, and then it's a skip to modern times, to 2002, the far-off year.
Where we made our main cast of... the thing that I liked about this movie that I feel like is not a thing in a lot of like standard to lower fare horror movies of the modern day, is that these characters, like, I remembered these names because they weren't just their first names. Like... I remember, maybe it's just something about my brain, but like I remember last names a lot easier. But like I can tell you that like these characters were Murphy and Epps and Greer and Santos and Dodge and Mumber, something.
You remembered
like that.
More than me.
Yeah. To be fair, I did just look at the Wikipedia page before I said that, but I was not looking at it as I read it. But
I feel like if I tried, I could probably name like
3 of them.
I couldn't tell you how many there were, but probably 3 or 4.
Yeah. There were 6 of them, and then John Ferryman comes up to them.
Yeah. So these characters are...
Oh, sorry, Jack Ferryman.
Yeah. These characters are...
Salvagers.
What would you describe? Salvagers, yes. They salvage old wrecked ships to find stuff.
And they open with is it Mariska Hargitay? No, Juliana Margulies. The captain is like, hey, come back here, Epps. Don't fucking do that shit. And then Epps is like, fucking nah, I'm gonna go do this shit and seal this boat up and make us some money.
You cut in media res of them like heisting salvaging a wrecked ship.
Yeah.
That is like sinking, and they need to patch it up, and they're like, don't do it. And then she's like, I'm gonna do it, and she does it.
Yeah, and then they're like, it just like hard cut. It just like it goes to like a weird thing. Like, it just, like, goes to a weird shot, and then hard cuts to them in the bar, just, like, with a shitload of cash.
Yeah, just, like, hanging out, ferryman comes up to them and is like, hey, I've got this lead, and shows them pictures of a boat, and they're like, how much do you want? And he's like, 20%, and they think it over, and they're like, hey, we'll split the profits even between the 6 of us. And that's the only way I remember that there are 6 of them, is because he says between the 6 of us. And then then John Ferryman comes back and he's like, so? And then he's like, 10%. And he's like, no. And then he's like, take it or leave it. And they just go back and forth for a while. And
then he's
matter.
like, okay, fine, I'll take it. But
I'm coming
board
too.
With you. And then he's like, no. And then John Ferryman is like, take it or leave it, just like you just said. And then Murphy is like, well, darn. Murphy played by Gabriel Byrne, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Who else did Gabriel Byrne play?
Gabriel Byrne, it's Byrne singular.
Mr. Burns. Who else did Mr. Burns play?
Did you ever see End of Days, the movie about Arnold Schwarzenegger stopping the apocalypse?
Nope.
Okay. He was in Hereditary. Did you see that?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I should have seen it.
I think he was the dad.
Okay. Well, that gives me a good picture of his portfolio.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything in here that you would recognize him from.
Probably not. I don't watch a whole lot of movies.
Did you see the movie Stigmata?
No, most of the movies I've watched for this podcast. Like, at least within the past, 5 years.
That's fucked up to think about.
Yep. But to continue on...
Yeah.
They just kind of fuck around for a while, and then they get to the boat. It's 5-10 minutes of them just kind of hanging out, shooting the shit, so you get to know the characters a little bit.
One of them has a book, the character of Dodge has a book that is, what do you remember what it was called? I should have written this down. It was The Something of Evil.
Yeah, it's the...
It's purple font on a darker purple book, and the purple font is in Comic Sans.
Yeah, and it's this very serious title. The fact that it's such a serious title, purple in Comic Sans, is what makes it.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's the only really noteworthy thing that happens. So, nothing important happens for a bit, and then they show up at the ship that is the titular ghost ship. They get on board.
Ghost ship?
Yeah. They get on board. Did you make a joke?
I just said, is that the ghost ship?
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry.
It's
yes,
funny.
It is.
I only woke up from my nap an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. So they get on the ship, and I'm pretty sure more of some nothing happens until one of the guys falls through the floor a bit.
Mumbo falls through the floor.
Yeah, and he starts screaming like he's about to fall to his death, but it's an 8-foot drop.
Yeah,
it would hurt, but he'd be fine.
Hurt. You might break something if you land really fucked up, but as I've learned, you can break something by falling from pretty much any height.
Yeah. But as this is happening, Esp or Eps or whatever her name was,
Speps,
is trying to pull him back up, and she sees Katie, the ghost girl. Who is the ghost girl now? The ghost girl on the ghost ship. Yep. So that's their first encounter with a ghost.
Yep.
And they go back.
They go back. They find a shitload of gold.
I think that happens a bit later. Yeah, that happens after they find all the corpses.
Oh yeah, you're right, because Epps and John Ferryman go to the Jack Ferryman. Sorry. Very important distinction. They both go to this laundry room, and they open a laundry tank, and there's just a bunch of people in the laundry tank, and people don't go in the laundry tank, if you ask me. Yeah.
We find out later that they were stored there by the people that killed them. I guess that's the connection. My first thought is that little girl was the only one left after they all died, and she put them there, which is a little more haunting, but obviously that's not what happened.
Yeah.
So after that happens, they go back to the ship for a bit, and there's a scene where she's just kind of staring out into the ocean, thinking about the girl that she saw, and she tells Ferryman about this girl.
Ferryman. I do enjoy that we are just calling him Ferryman.
Yeah, it's his name now.
Yeah.
That,
it's just like it's if someone fucking was like came up to you and was like, "Hey, my name is John Houseboy. There's this house up on a hill that you need to look at."
Yeah, you know what? In my head, I was just thinking of like fairies as in like mythical folklore. I just didn't make the connection.
Wait, sorry, what?
In my head, I was just thinking of like fairies as in like myths and folklore.
Oh, you thought?
And I think I made the connection at some point and then forgot that I made the connection.
Oh my god, kid, I love you. So what happens next? Sorry, I just completely spaced for like 2 seconds and lost my entire train of thought. So they
find the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they go into that laundry room and they open the door, and there's a bunch of corpses that float out, which is terrifying if you're actually there. They don't really seem to care. Like, they're just kind of, like, they freak out because a bunch of water floods into them, but otherwise they just kind of leave.
Yeah. And, like, the bodies, they do come up later, but, like, they also, like, I don't know. I feel like
they're only like half decomposed, and they definitely should probably be a lot more decomposed than they are.
Well, they say it's like been a month or so.
Remember?
Yeah, they say it's been. They like Juliana Margulies is like, yeah, these corpses, they look like a month old, maybe less.
Okay, then that's even more terrifying. Why don't they give a shit? Like, they just kind of blow it off. Like, I thought, okay, maybe they found those corpses and they were like, oh, those are people that were there before. I guess something happened. Let's get over it. But if they knew that these corpses were like 2 months old, why were they just so chill with it the whole time?
Well, John Ferryman doesn't give a shit. He killed all those people, like, last month.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and we figured that out in the end. I revealed that you actually called right away. Like,
yeah,
you knew right from the moment we saw that character that, oh, he's a ghost.
I think that I read. I think that I cheated a little bit because I definitely remember. I think I definitely read this Wikipedia article when I was younger, but like I'm talking over a decade ago, and a Wikipedia article that I read once. So I'm proud of myself.
Cheater.
Cheater, rememberer. Smart.
That's fair. That's fine. You're very smart.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
So they they go into a meat room, and the other like crew members fuck with them for a bit, and they tell them they find the gold, and they try to get the gold back onto the ship.
Oh wait, we're skipping over Greer's like getting horny for a ghost lady.
Oh yeah, there's a scene where Greer's horny for a ghost.
Yeah, he's like, oh man.
Well, that doesn't happen until later.
No. There's remember the scene first where he was like, he's
horny for a picture of the girl.
Yes, and then he's like, oh, the picture of the girl was coming on to me.
Yeah.
I could feel her spirit. I could feel her horny energy coming through the picture.
Yeah. Which I guess wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think also before they find the gold, Esp or Eps? Which one is it?
Eps.
Eps goes into a boat where she sees like some guns and bullet holes in the side of the bottom of the wall.
Pool. You said she goes into a boat. You said she goes into a boat, but she is already in a boat. She goes into a pool.
Yep, I meant pool. Thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome.
She goes into a pool, and there are bullet holes in the sides of the walls of the pool. And then she tries to climb out, and then she sees the girl looking at her, and she falls back, and she clunks her head on the concrete.
I kind of half expected this character to just, like, for just a split second, I was like, oh, this character's about to bite it, like, break her fucking, like, there's, like, a table corner waiting for her at the bottom of that, at the bottom of that pool.
Yeah, no, she just kind of lazily falls off. Like, she gets scared off, but it kind of looks like she just very carefully pushes herself off of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what was happening.
Yeah. And I guess she's unconscious for a little while, which doesn't get brought up. She doesn't have a concussion or anything, just for some reason they decided, like, she'll be unconscious for a little bit here. And then when she gets up, there's some blood on the floor that presumably came from her head. They get sucked up by one of the bullet holes or something. Which...
Yeah, it slurps up, and then there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of corpses, but then there's no blood.
Yeah. Basically. They try to get the gold back onto the ship, but the gold is cursed, and the ghost of the little girl tries to warn them. She's, like, running around, and it's like, you don't know what you're doing, and Epps is like...
And she straight up shouts, he is going to do something, and, like, she obviously knows who is responsible for all of this.
Yeah.
But, she has, like, a one-on-one with Juliana Margulies later, and does not just say it.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a fun scene. So, yeah, the cursed gold makes it so, like, the gas leaks, and when he starts the boat, it explodes.
And kills Santos, the character who has been working on the boat, working on the salvage boat, the salvager's boat, the entire time. We've only seen him, like, twice, and both of the times he was talking to a car, that he had a picture of a car that he has framed and being horny, and then the boat nuts on him.
Yep.
By which I mean it spurts oil at his face.
Okay, that's what happens.
He got boat cockeyed.
Yeah, and he just fucking dies.
Yeah, he just explodes.
The other ones are fine. They're a little banged up, but...
Yeah, Greer especially. Greer is the other one who was on the boat, and Greer is the one who talks all the time about his fiance and how he's getting married next month. So, like, you just know he's gonna be pretty early on to go.
Yeah, like, and he's black.
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is about Greer is that, like, he is far more developed than either Dodge or Munter,
definitely.
And they both survive.
Yeah,
Munter,
well,
or not survive. They survive like 30 minutes longer than he does.
He at least didn't die first.
He did die second. He did
die
second after the Latino man died.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, they all get together back onto the ghost ship. And,
yeah, and they're like, we can fix this thing.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out a plan. They're like, make a raft. And it's like, nope, don't make a raft. That's stupid. And then they separate for a little bit. Two of the guys eat some beans.
But then they turn into maggots in their mouth. Whoa.
Yeah. Spooky ghost thing where you eat food that you think is good, but it's not good.
Yep. It's maggots, actually.
Just filler.
Yeah, it is genuinely just filler, and I think you had it right on the money earlier, Kit. What was your theory?
So these characters are so unimportant, and nothing really happens with them, so they needed, like, some reason for them to be freaked out by the ghost ship, because nothing happens to them. So they wrote this scene in after it was all written. But, Epps goes off on her own, and I think at this point she meets the ghost of Katie, and, like, talks with her a bit, and she kind of says a little bit about what's going on, how spirits are trapped on this boat, and some of them are marked by somebody, and they can't go to heaven. So she just, like, knows a lot about how spirits work in this world.
Yeah, she's got the inside scoop on all the spirit shits. Yeah,
she went to spirit college after she died, and then came back because she has to stay on the ship forever.
Yep. When you're here, you're family forever.
Yep.
Olive Garden, Olive Ghost, and
yeah.
Man, fuck! I could fuck up some breadsticks right now. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't want to eat anything else that Olive Garden has to offer me.
Yeah, same. Their soup Toscana is good. And that's it.
Yeah. We haven't talked very much about Murphy, who is ostensibly the secondary protagonist of this movie.
Oh, yeah. He's like the captain, right?
Yeah, he's the captain. He doesn't really do very much for the first half of the movie, except for almost drink some 40-year-old whiskey that has been left open. Like,
and then he sees a guy in the mirror.
Yeah. If there's a cap on, I don't know a ton about whiskey, but, like, I feel like you can't leave, like, I know whiskey is meant to be aged, but, like, not open, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not even that he pours himself a glass. There's just a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, a glass of whiskey, and then he starts to drink it, and then he looks in a mirror, and there's, like, an old captain ghost drinking it, and he's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and he freaks out, he drops it, and he leaves.
Yeah. that.
Yeah, he's like the secondary lead, but only due to the fact that he's the captain.
Yeah.
He's not really that important to the plot. He's just the captain.
Yeah, he is
Which
the
is
most.
Fine.
Yeah.
There was a really good scene that we rewound a couple times after the boat exploded and Epps jumped off of the ghost ship. They had a green screen effect where she was jumping off of it, but like horizontally, and it just didn't look right at all.
Yes, and she goes horizontal.
Yeah, gravity just doesn't look right, and it's very strange.
The scene I was thinking about when my brain decided to not process your words for a second there, but I come back and you're talking about bad CG. I think I'm talking about like one of the next important scenes where Greer, the fiance man, goes to the ballroom again because he's drunk and horny. And he just he drinks an entire bottle of booze.
Yeah, he gets really drunk because he's kind of fucked up about the whole situation.
Understandably so, but like still, that is a lot of booze. You are puking that up, especially if you got nothing else to eat or drink on top of it. Like you are donezo, man.
Yeah,
that's a day-long hangover.
There's a really good joke where he's justifying cheating on it. Well, I don't think it's an intentional joke.
The ghost sort of like appear, like all the ghosts appear, and like the camera pans around him, and it's supposed to be a really impressive shot because it is all on green screen.
It looks like a Linkin Park music video.
It just looks like the angle of the camera that is shooting this character, and the angle of like the rendering of the shot that he's being green screened into. It looks like the angle is off by like 3 degrees or something. So like he just looks completely out of place.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when this ghost lady comes up to him and is seducing him, and he's justifying to himself that it's okay to cheat on his wife with a ghost because she's a ghost. And the ghost lady, he's like saying this out loud to himself, and the ghost lady just kind of like nods, gives an affirming like, no, it's not cheating.
Yeah. It's really... And then the ghost like starts getting naked and shows off her banging titties and her big butt.
You see full female presenting nipple.
This movie has officially been banned from Tumblr. But then she leads into an elevator shaft where he just like...
He tries to like grab onto her.
Yeah.
And she's a ghost, so his hands
he just goes through her and then
he
falls
does this
into an elevator
motion
shaft
with his hands, trying to grab onto anything.
Like, the thing is that, like, the way that he, like, stumbles, it, like, appears as though he just, like, thrust himself full force at her. Like, he did not, like, just, like, try and reach gently into her. Like, you know how, like, when you're, like, holding someone in your arms, you just, like, run at them from 5 feet away and then grab onto them, and then when they don't, you look like you like make a hand gesture like you're trying to do a vape trick, and then you fall down an elevator shaft.
Like you do.
Like he just like twirls his hand like he is trying to like create a tornado out of his cool big rip.
Yeah, it's very good. They do foreshadow that earlier because
he finds it and then.
He finds the elevator shaft and he's like, oof, and then it's the same one that he falls down.
Yeah,
later.
it's literally nothing but foreshadowing, and it's just the most blatant thing possible because it's just like he just looks at it and then nothing happens.
Yeah, it's like obviously he's going to fall down that and die later.
Yeah,
and he does.
Yep, he does. And then I think the the captain fucking meets the captain of the old ship, and the captain, like the dead captain of the ghost ship, he's like, hey, Gabriel Byrne, come have some whiskey in my captain's quarters.
Yeah. He shows him, I guess, some old records and tells him what happened through showing him what happened.
One of the few details that I genuinely did appreciate about this movie is the fact that the captain spoke exclusively in Italian.
Yes, he never speaks English, and for the most part, he just smiles and nods.
Yeah, and he just like hands over a couple of pictures, and then he like hands over one picture at the very end, and we don't see it, but Murphy is like, "My God, it's because we find out that like 2 days before this ghost ship went under, they went to assist a different ship, and then they took the gold off of it, and we're like, oh fuck, it's cursed gold.
Yeah, the Legend of Curly's Gold. So then Epps goes to.
Well, Katie, yeah. Sorry, yeah. We're on the same page. We're on the same page here.
Katie, like shows Epps what happened. Basically, she's like, "Hey, I want to show you something," and then takes her back to the past to play some shitty games that suck ass.
Yeah. And... Well, wait, hold on. We missed the part where Santos's ghost comes back and is like, "Hey, Murphy, you let me die."
Oh yeah.
And the Murphy's like, dude, what the fuck? That was a ghost. A ghost caused that explosion. And Santos is like, I don't fucking care. I'm haunting you. I'm gonna possess Juliana Margulies' body and make it look like, she is me holding a knife, but it's actually her holding a flashlight.
Yeah. So then he tries to slit her knife using a flashlight. Or slit her throat. Knife? Yeah. Slit her throat using a flashlight.
Yep, but it doesn't work. And then he gets thrown in the aquarium tank.
Yeah. Where he dies later.
Yeah, he dies. Because then we find out the history of the Graza. The history is that this mysterious man convinced everyone to convince some French people to help kill everyone aboard the Italian ship and then take all the money. But then all the French people kill all the Italian passengers, but then they all killed each other. And then the ballroom singer kills the last French man, and then she kisses this mysterious man who it turns out it's Jack Ferryman. And then he looks at Jack Ferryman just makes a withering glance at a hook, like a rigging hook, and it swings down and just takes her by the neck.
Yep. Kind of fun. This scene is interesting because it starts out just showing you basically the intro of the movie again, but it's playing this funky bass line.
Yeah, and it's it's entirely a heist movie.
It's heist music, but they don't tell you it's going to be a heist or imply it in any way. So they're playing this funky bass line heist music while all these people are dying, and this little girl is watching her past self cope with all the people dying around her. And then, after that happens, all the French people come out and start, killing the remaining people and dragging her away.
So the thing that Jack Ferryman mentions is that we find out that, the Jack Ferryman cannot mark you for, he's like a soul collector, we later find out. And he can't mark you for death he cannot mark you with his mark unless you've sinned.
Mm-hmm.
So the implication that we find out later, and I guess we can just fast forward because the next things that happen are that Munder gets fucking ground to death in some gears, but his face is fine somehow.
Yeah, underwater.
Yeah. Dodge and Jack Ferryman are left alone, and Jack Ferryman tries to get past Dodge, and Dodge is like, no, I'll fucking shoot you, and Jack Ferryman's like, better make it count, and then Dodge tries to. He shoots him and then walks off. Yeah, he shoots him and then walks off, and then Dodge shows up to be like, hey, Epps, let's get the fuck out of here, and Epps is like, wait a minute, you're horny for me, and also, why didn't you ask where Munder was? And then Dodge is like, oh shit, it's because I'm actually Jack Ferryman, and he anamorphs into Jack Ferryman.
Yeah. They do show Jack's corpse sort of sitting there, and then it's he looks towards the camera, so that's how you know he's alive.
Yeah, but we don't see him kill Dodge.
We don't see him kill Dodge, but we do see him survive after Dodge tries to kill him.
But it's at this point that he reveals he cannot mark people unless they have sinned, and they can't go to hell unless they've sinned. So Juliana Margulies' character in this movie is a maybe late 20s, early mid 30s woman. Probably has done some stuff that is that is in the red on the moral scale, but apparently not bad enough to be a sin. So I just liked imagining the idea of her just itemizing a list of things she has done in her past that did not count as sins.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out all right, am I good, or do I need? Am I already screwed?
Well, she couldn't mark him.
Yeah.
Or he couldn't mark her, so she hadn't sinned yet.
Yeah.
So everything she had done up to that point had been sin-free. Like,
apparently, even though she salvages ships.
I mean, ship salvaging is a completely legal venture.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it doesn't seem like something a necessarily, like, super morally sound person would do.
Yeah.
Like, not to say that people who salvage ships are sinners, but I feel like people who salvage ships are more likely to be sinners than people who don't.
I think that's true. But, like, also, like, I imagine that she is, like, I just like to imagine, like, in her past, like, oh, okay, so that time that I kissed that girl in college, that means that, okay, homosexuality is fine, by God. Alright, cool, that's fine. I guess shoplifting doesn't count, but I guess I kind of did that before I was 18, so I don't really know about that. It's not like I need to do it anymore. Like, I don't really want to
trying to figure out what is and isn't a sin based on what you've done.
Yeah, exactly.
And what apparently you can get away with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so yeah,
he's really weirdly like Jack Ferryman is really corporate about it all. He's like, management won't like it if this ship goes away.
Yeah, his voice changes. It goes down like an octave when he reveals his true voice or whatever.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot. He just goes on and on. I didn't really pay attention to a lot of what he said, but he's like, he comes up to Epps, who is basically like, I need to destroy this boat because it's a ghost ship, and
he's like, no, don't destroy this boat, it's my ghost ship.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
And then I guess he makes a pipe sway or something and hit her in the head. And knocks her in the head, yeah. Yeah, and then she, like, falls in the water.
And then stabs him with a harpoon, and then grabs a harpoon gun. And, she spies like, the detonator.
Yeah. He's like, what are you gonna do, shoot me? And she's like, no, I'm gonna shoot the detonator. She doesn't say that, but that's what it's implied. With a harpoon,
by the way. Like, not to be
with
physics
a harpoon
about...
from, not to be, like 10, 20 feet away.
Not to be physics about this, but, like, I feel like... It would be
very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
If even possible.
And also, like, I feel like I don't really know about the thing of, like, pulling a trigger, but, like, I feel like the thing about pulling a trigger is that you could not pull a trigger without, like, something, like, you can't, do you know what I'm saying at all? Like, you can't, like, pull a trigger with, because otherwise
there would be some sort of shift in your aim when you're using the force to pull the trigger. You wouldn't be able to do that
I meant like pulling the trigger of the detonator. Like, I feel like if I just like, you know, like, imagine, like, for example, like a handgun or something. Like, I don't hold it, but I put my finger in the trigger hole and I try and push back. The gun will just move.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Now I get what you're saying.
Like, the detonator would not blow. I mean, maybe with a harpoon it would, but, like...
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like...
Anyways, the boat explodes, and Jack Ferryman fucking gets eviscerated, and his head gets clobbered apart by a pipe.
Yeah. It's a very good, very bad CG scene that we rewound, like, 3 times. Probably more. And did frame by frames.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then all
the ghosts are free. They start
they swim into the northern fucking lights.
Yeah. The Aurora Borealis happens.
Yep.
So I guess that's what Aurora Borealis is just ghosts.
Yeah, Aurora Borealis is just ghosts.
It's just ghosts, guys.
That's why Skinner was so... That's why Chalmers was so concerned, because he's like, Aurora Borealis in your kitchen? What?
That's a lot of ghosts.
Skinner, what have you done?
Yeah, that's my steamed hands, like, serial killer fan fiction.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then they like, after, like, drifting for like a day, I guess.
She survives. The ship explodes, and the other guy gets eviscerated. But she's fine.
Yeah. The ghost of Katie protected her, but then she gets out, and then another boat picks her up, and she gets loaded into the ambulance. And then we see people loading, and then she sees people loading gold bars onto the boat she just came off of, and then she sees Jack Ferryman as the doors close, and then the movie ends.
No!
And that's the last line of the movie.
Yep. It's playing this like heavy metal.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
This
that was like
this
the,
shitty heavy metal riff.
that was like the soup du jour though of like ending credits of ending credits music. Just like I don't know, just find some fucking shitty metal and we'll just put that over there.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yep, that's it. On a scale of 0 to 5, on a scale of 0 to 5, no.
Cursed gold bars.
Yeah, how many cursed gold bars are you giving this movie?
Maybe a 1.5, maybe a 2.
Yeah, I'm leaning 2 because I don't think this is a very good movie. I think this is a fun movie, but not that fun, and because like there's like a 20-minute bit in the middle where just nothing happens. But like if you're willing to put up with that, I really do think the rest of it is like definitely worth like getting some friends together and getting tipsy and watching this.
Yeah, it's a good like a low at a party maybe.
Yes. But yeah, you want to get into some questions?
Yeah, sure.
This question from @Saint_Intolerant, who wants to know what's better, the mass bisection in Ghost Ship or the mass bisection scene in the J-horror film Tag? I doubt you've seen Tag, but
I have not.
But it's a good movie, and I think the bisection in that is way better.
I'll take your word for it.
Though in the context of other movie, it's like in the context of like the mass bisection scene is way better in this compared to the rest of the movie. But like Tag is just like a good movie from start to finish, and that mass bisection scene is the best part.
Yeah.
So like
okay.
it doesn't like if you just watch them individually side by side, I think it comes clear that Tag is the winner. But like thinking back, like there's a bit of a discrepancy because the rest of this movie sucked shit compared to that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like relative to itself, it's better, but relative to each other, it's worse.
Mm-hmm. And also, 2200 PM wants to says, when I was first introduced to the term, I thought everyone on Tumblr was just really into sea travel logistics. What is a word or phrase you misinterpret in the? I'm assuming they mean Ghost Ship. What is a word you What is a word or phrase you misinterpreted in the past? I didn't understand what GPOY meant for a while because someone had misinformed me that it meant gayest picture of yourself, and I just kind of took that at face value.
That's fair.
Because I'm gullible.
You're just trusting.
Yeah.
I really can't. I know I have something, but I can't think of anything right now. I gotta.
You gotta have something.
I gotta have something.
Also, what other advantages do short people have? Okay, depending on how short you are,
no advantages actually.
None whatsoever.
As it turns out, the boat bisection is the only advantage of being short.
Yeah, it's really the only thing. And I guess you don't hit your head. I guess you don't hit your head on stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Okay. That's questions. Recommendations?
Yeah. Do you have one?
I do. I think I know what yours is, though.
Yeah.
My recommendation this week is SteamWorld Dig 2. I completely spaced for a second there.
Hell yeah.
It's a game I've been playing lately. It's really fucking good. I've played other games in the SteamWorld franchise before, and they never really grabbed me because SteamWorld Heist is like turn-based stuff, and I didn't really dig on that. And I kind of skipped over SteamWorld Dig 2 for a bit because I was like, I didn't really like Minecraft, so I don't think I like any games that involve mining. But like the thing is that like this is mining, but you have like objectives and like platforming to do, and I'm like, and that's my shit.
The one of the like bullet points on the Steam list is that it's a completely handcrafted world. So SteamWorld Dig 2, even though it looks like a Minecraft or a Terraria type thing, it is completely like intentionally designed, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny that that's a selling point now.
Yeah.
I played SteamWorld Dig 2 like I think sometime maybe 2017, 2018, early 2018. I loved that game. That was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have 2 recommendations.
Okay, one is Baba Is You.
Yep.
What's the other one?
Hypnospace Outlaw.
Yeah, I figured that would be the other one.
Yep. Yeah. So Baba Is You is a puzzle game where you manipulate the rules by pushing them around, like a block puzzle. So Baba is you means you control the character that is Baba on screen, who is just this funny little guy. And rock is push means that when you go into rocks, you push them. Wall is stop means walls will stop you from moving through them. And then if you can access those words, you can push them around and you can change the rules of the game. And the game does a lot with this concept. It's very interesting, very fun. The Steam version is going to have a level editor. So if you're interested in that, I would recommend the Steam version. But there is a Switch version. I would also recommend getting the game on itch.io because support the developers more and don't support Steam.
Yep, Steam is bad.
Yep. But it's a really good game. It has a similar level overworld format to Snakebird, if you've ever played that, which is also a really good game, but that's not my recommendation. And Hypnospace Outlaw is a game where you browse an alternate universe version of GeoCities, essentially, except this GeoCities alternate universe thing you access during your sleep. You wear a headband. This isn't really visually represented on your character in any way. It's literally just you browsing the website, but that is the kind of lore behind what you're doing. You play as an enforcer, which is basically a moderator. You just go around to people's pages and bust them for breaking rules, like having copyrighted content on their pages or harassing other users.
Yeah.
It has a really good story. It's extremely creative. There's a lot about the game that I love, and as you get further through it, it becomes sort of like a detective game, and there are a lot of really good, interesting puzzles, but there is also an in-game help section that can help you through those puzzles if you don't like being stuck on puzzles for very long.
I don't.
Yeah, so you would still be able to enjoy this game and enjoy the story and the aesthetic without
the aesthetic
having
looks
to deal
incredible.
With yes.
I don't know if you played Secret Little Haven.
I have not.
It's do you know anything about it? I've talked about it at length before, but it's reasonable to understand you might have missed it.
It looks very interesting.
It's really good. Secret Little Haven. I think I've recommended it before, but it's a story. It's just like a story about a girl in about a kid in 1999 who just like is really obsessed with this. It's not Sailor Moon, but it's basically Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, but copyright fixed.
Yeah.
Who's just like obsessed with those with like some message boards and like slowly realizing that she is a girl, and it's like it's all done through this fucking shitty 1999 ass computer window, and it's genuinely like it was just really good and heartwarming and made me cry.
That's beautiful. I'll have to play that.
Yeah. But that's gonna bring us to the end of this week's episode of Fear Baiting. Kit, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. As always, if you would like to support this podcast, patreon.com/fearbaiting. We are also fearbaiting everywhere. Twitter, we don't have a Facebook, Tumblr, and Gmail. But on Patreon, you can give us money, and at $1 a month, you get the episode early. $5 a month, you get early access to the episodes, and you get to make us read a message on the show, and you get your name read. $10 a month, all that other shit, and you get to make us watch a movie, which is it's a little bit of a moot tier, if you ask me, because 2 of the 3 people in that tier have been on this podcast. One of which has been on this podcast many times.
Yep.
But thank you very much to Michael Kaiser, Paul Moran. Say your name.
Me.
Kit Spindler. Paul Bechtel, Ducky Aisha, and Sophie. Thank you so much for your support. We love you. Kit, where can people find you?
On Twitter, you can find me at Kit_spin. And that's really all you need to find me on. I'm on other places, but I don't do things there. So just follow me on Twitter if you like me. If you don't like me, don't follow me.
You should follow Kit on Twitter if you ask me.
Only if you like me.
I think Kit's a very likable person if you ask me.
That's true.
If you want to find me, I'm at SunhatJania on Twitter, and I'm SunhatJania in other places. Like Mastodon, at Snouts Out Online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Oh yeah, listen to my other podcasts, The Wonder Years, which is where me and Blair and Seda talk about Aminorphs, and Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, where I do leftism.
Yeah.
And also thank you to Noisepace.xyz for having us. They were owned by Canadians, so we need to say Zed. All a bunch of great shows on there. I've been listening to a lot of Jurgen lately, which is a very good podcast about the secret life of the American teenager, which is a very bad television show. And thank you, as always, to Seda for our incredible intro-outro music. Their music can be found on... they make music under the handle People You Meet Outside of Bars, and they can be found if you go to gaygothvibes.online.
Hi, Seda.
Hi, Seda. And I think that's everything. Oh yeah, thank you to Blair for editing.
Hi, Blair.
My savior, my one true king. Short kings, keep your head up.
We love you, Blair.
We love you, Blair. Blair, come to Brazil.
Blair.
Well.
Hello?
Blair will not join us tonight. But anyways, thank you very much for listening to Fear Baiting. We'll be back again next week. I am Sara.
I'm Kit.
And remember...
You can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.